adore you.
I don't want to be adored. I want to be loved.
Have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you made a different choice? Tonight, we dive into If Only, a film that explores the power of regret and the consequences of what ifs. So, settle in and get ready to question your own path, because this story will make you wonder, what if things could have been different? British businessman Ian Wyndham Nichols resides in London with his musical lover Samantha Andrews Hewitt. Because Ian takes Sam for granted, Sam feels exposed as the one who is left more. The movie opens with several scenes from a day in Ian and Sam's life, including Sam getting burned on a kettle, Ian losing his watch,
Bollocks.
What happened?
Sam getting Coca-Cola spilled on her, and Ian being stopped by Sam at a crucial meeting at work.
He worked so hard on it. I mean, really.
She had assumed, incorrectly, that Ian had left his presentation folder at home, but it was actually just a different, less significant folder. As the day goes on, Ian appears in a taxi. He shares with Tom Wilkinson, the driver, his struggles and those of Sam. The driver advises him to simply adore her.
Just love her.
Ian makes an attempt to dismiss Sam's favorite student following his show that evening.
We should go.
Sam confronts Ian during dinner, and her annoyance explodes. She tells Ian that all she wants is for him to love her, becoming enraged at his treatment of her.
I adore you.
I don't want to be adored. I want to be loved.
Ian follows Sam, who is crying, as she rushes out of the restaurant, pleading for her forgiveness. Ian tries to get in beside Sam as she gets into a passing cab, and he discovers that the driver is the same guy he went with earlier in the day. Ian gets an unsettling smirk from the man, and when 11 o'clock rolls around, Sam shuts the door and leaves Ian standing. Ian chases after the cab as it stops at a traffic signal in an effort to make one more effort to make amends with Sam as he watches it drive away. The taxi starts up again and the lights change before he reaches his destination. The cab is brutally struck by another automobile as it accelerates, bringing it to a stop in the middle of the road. Ian stops, stumbling to his knees in disbelief. Ian is frantically searching for Sam as she is being brought to the emergency room at a local hospital. When he walks outside Sam's room, he finds her bleeding and surrounded by medical professionals through a window. Sam has an expressionless expression as she turns to face Ian via the window. Ian starts to wail, and Sam passes away from her wounds before the medical staff can assist her. Ian collapses to the hospital floor, stunned. We see Ian sitting in a chair in a hospital room, and we see Sam's friend Lottie, Lucy Davenport, walk in. They both start crying.
How can this have happened? How can she be gone?
Returning to his flat, Ian discovers Sam's notebook and opens it to discover a song she was working on. Grasping the notepad close to him, he drifts off to sleep. Ian wakes up the following morning with the notebook still firmly grasped. He is startled to hear someone ordering him not to read a word from behind him. When he shouts and leaps to his feet, he sees Sam standing in his flat. After some initial confusion, Ian decides that the day before must have been a dream and goes about his morning, glad that Sam is beside him.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
But as the morning wears on, Sam is burned by her hair straighteners in the identical spot where the kettle had burned her in his purported dream.
Oh, God, I am such a klutz.
Ian is able to brush this off as a random occurrence and moves on. As Sam gets Coca-Cola spilled on her, further incidents that are identical to the ones he has already experienced start to occur as well, albeit at different times and in various ways. Ian tells her about his experience this time.
Burn! The Coca-Cola spilled on your sweater.
And she persuades him that it was only a dream and that it can't be the same day if his watch is still functional. Even yet, Ian continues to be wary and keeps his folder in his hands during a work meeting. From outside the glass doors, Sam observes this, and his encounter is left unbroken. Ian boards a cab later that day. He discovers that the cabbie is the same man as the day before after speaking with him. When he queries the man about it, the driver replies that he doesn't recall, but he also gives Ian another sinister smile, suggesting that he might be aware of Sam's accident and all the earlier incidents.
Better hurry up, you haven't got much time.
Ian is finally persuaded by this and rushes to Sam, who is assisting her friend Lottie with the setup for an art gallery.
Is that we have to leave London immediately.
He takes her to a train station after persuading her to accompany him. He admits after being questioned extensively that they are going to a small hometown. Ian promises that they will return in time for Sam's concert, which makes her very happy. Ian takes Sam to a location he used to visit as a child, which sits atop a mountain. During a downpour, the two come upon a small, deserted cottage on the mountaintop to use as a shelter. Ian discovers his watch is broken and unusable as he builds a fire as Sam settles down. He looks over at Sam, who is setting a table with candles. With a smile on her face, Sam responds to Ian's question about what she would do if she didn't have much time left. Spend time with him, simply by being together.
An intense closeness.
Ian and Sam share a kiss before becoming intimate. Then, dissatisfied that they were unable to reach Ian's location, they descend the mountain once more. While enjoying cocktails in the village below, Ian tells Sam about his father, who lost his dream job in 1993 and eventually became an alcoholic before passing away. Ian says he wishes he could have done more to support his father, but Sam responds that he was just a child and that he is proud of his father wherever he is now. After returning to London, Ian surprises Sam by taking him to ride the London Eye.
God, it's beautiful. Thank you for the perfect day.
Then, after returning to their apartment, Ian brings a page from Sam's notebook to a nearby photocopying business while Sam, preoccupied, makes her way to her violin concert. Ian gives the photocopied pages to an organizer and sends Sam a bouquet of flowers before the concert starts. When Sam's bouquet arrives, she looks out to Ian in the crowd, bewildered. But as soon as Ian enters the stage carrying a microphone, his scheme is exposed. Sam becomes apprehensive when he is called to his side. Ian approaches Sam at her seat and assures her that she doesn't want to let her future admirers down. The orchestra starts to play the tune that Ian has photocopied, and Sam walks onto the stage. The crowd erupted in enthusiasm when she performed the song she wrote for Ian in her notepad.
What I feel is never know. Take this gift and don't I'm with you and why you'll be standing right. Take this gift and don't ask me why I'm with you and my love will show you.
As she strolls towards the restaurant of her choosing, Sam confides in Ian about her emotions. Sam and Ian talk about the day in a private setting that is completely different from Ian's experience the night before. Ian gives Samantha a charm bracelet that has several charms and symbols on it, including the train they took that day, the Eiffel Tower which Sam had always wanted to see, a musical note, a violin, and a flower that he describes as lovely, much like Sam herself. While they sit in silence, Sam breaks down in tears and beams at Ian. Sam tries to hail a cab to take them home as they head out of the restaurant in the pouring rain. Ian instructs her to look at him and listen as he recognizes that they are in the same location as the accident occurred the night before. Sam hears Ian declare his love for her and tell her that he would never have known true love at all if it weren't for her and today while it's raining. He tells Sam that she doesn't need to say anything as she starts to cry and says she doesn't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
When a cab arrives, Sam gets inside and motions for Ian to follow. He enters beside her. Ian and Sam share a kiss as the cab gets closer to the traffic lights. He glances forward and sees the same menacing smile he's seen so many times already, along with the clock striking 11 o'clock. As the taxi leaves and memories of Sam's accident go through his head, he smiles at him. Grasping Sam tightly for the final time, he notices a car light shining through his window. I hear Sam screaming. We watch Lottie, Sam's friend, sprint through the hospital's hallways. Sam is seated in a bed in a hospital room that she enters after turning a corner. Sam shares with Lottie how she didn't believe Ian when he had a premonition. She starts crying, as does Lottie. Ultimately, Ian was the one who suffered injuries in the collision. Sam is sitting in the flat 6 months later, holding Ian's watch. After packing everything into boxes, Sam gives the room one last inspection. With Lori seated at the closest table, we witness her performing live on stage in a restaurant. She goes to the mountainside cottage that she and Ian visited, and she keeps going up the mountainside until she reaches Ian's location at the top. She is unsure of what is ahead as she stands at the peak and looks out into a valley. Thanks for watching.